Great to be with y'all today. First of all, I want to introduce my wife of 33 years. Libby is here. I don't see her at the moment. And my son Jim is here too. We have 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys, but Jim is here representing the youth of the Kingston household. I don't know where he is at the moment. He's usually at the food table at this time. I believe that there's 2 issues which you and I, as conservatives, as Republicans, have to own. 1 is national security, 2 is jobs. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. Let me start with national security because I have had the honor of representing 5 military installations. Right now, as you and I enjoy our freedom today, we have soldiers, sailors, and airmen in 175 different countries. In 30 countries, we have over 100 troops. I believe that when we send them there, they need to be the best equipped and the best trained and have the fastest missiles, or the most accurate missiles, the fastest airplanes, and the strongest tanks. And I want them to go up against any army, anytime, any place, and win because, like Ronald Reagan, I believe in peace through strength. I also believe that if you touch an American citizen, we need to let the world know we will come after them. And when we're through with them, we're coming after you. And if the UN has something to say about it, they can talk to us when we get back. If we have an opportunity to buy oil from Canada, then we need to immediately build the Keystone pipeline and not talk about it. I'm tired of funding both sides in the war on terrorism, and when we don't develop our own oil and energy resources, that is in fact what we do. And let me say this also, as a member of the Defense Appropriations Committee, I want the money spent on the bad guys. I don't want the United States government spying on me and keeping track of my phone call to Libby when I come home from work asking her if I should pick up some bread from the Piggly Wiggly. Now let me talk about jobs. Let me talk about jobs. We need to get rid of the nanny state, cradle-to-grave regulations that are killing entrepreneurs' ability to create new jobs. Whether it's Obamacare, and how many of you are in small business or have talked to a friend about, okay, who's going to be part-time, who's going to be full-time, and how many people are we going to lay off? Obamacare has failed to do what it promised to do, which was decrease the cost of health care and increase the accessibility. It is a failure. I am the chairman of the committee that has the funding obligation in it. It is absolutely, positively zeroed out. But to show you the growth in it, it has gone from $3 billion last year to $18 billion this year. We have got to kill it before it grows like any monster. Once it starts getting out of the cage, you can't get it back in. And while we're at it, we need to clip the wings of Dodd-Frank and the EPA. I am proud that as a former businessman in the property and casualty insurance business, that I have a 100% lifetime approval rating from the National Federation of Independent Businesses. The second part of creating jobs in our society is to get the budget under control. For every dollar we spend, 42 cents is borrowed. I'm proud that when I chaired the Agriculture Appropriations Committee, although I come from farm country, I'm proud that I cut the budget $3.6 billion, not a decrease in the increase, but a real cut. And it was signed into law by President Obama. You can get the job done if you and I as conservatives stick with it. It is possible. I'm also proud that I have, in my own office, returned over $1 million in unused rent, salaries, and expenses because I spend your money as if it was my own money. And let me say this, when it comes to the bureaucracy, we in Savannah have something very much in common with Floyd County. I understand you've been trying to build a road for 30 years. We've been trying to dredge a port for 13 years. $42 million in 13 years of studies, and we've just now got the federal approval. The Port of Savannah expansion, for every dollar we spend, it's a $5.50 return, and most of the 350,000 jobs are in this area and in North Georgia. We have got to get that done. Let me say this finally, and I know my time has run out. One other thing you got to do for businesses to spur the economy is to simplify and replace the tax code. I'm proud I am a fair tax sponsor, but I will support whatever scraps the current tax code. You and I, as conservatives, need to do these things. I'm Jack Kingston. I look forward to working with you in the months ahead. I want to say this also. I'm very proud to sit on the platform with these 7 very brave people. Whoever our nominee is, I'm going to get behind them. I know you will, and let's get the job done. Thank you very much.